Hi guys, welcome to CA Inter Financial Management MCQs. I'm CA Jalota. We are on a mission to be doing every possible question of FM, but with proper logic. This acts as a recap of whatever you all have done in class, but also gives you the proper logic why this answer is correct. Let's start it off. Just before I start, if you have any students in CA final, do tell them that complete MCQs with detailed logic and explanation do comes out on our YouTube channel or of SCPM, Strategic Cost and Performance Management. That is enough for any student to be getting minimum 90 out of 100 marks in exams, and they do not have to be paying a penny for it. Second, every Saturday, Sunday at 9 p.m. I do release the costing lectures of my previous batch. Again, enough for every student to be getting 90 plus without paying a penny for it. Okay, let's start it off. The question for today is, which statement is true in reference to preference shares? Okay. There are two types of shares, equity and preference. This is in reference to preference shares. Okay. So dividends are not available. Okay. Limited voting rights are available. Okay. Are not part of company share capital. Okay. Then interest can be received. Out of the four options, I think so. If you have to answer this question correctly, keep on cancelling out all the wrong ones. So whichever is false, keep on cancelling it out. Okay, you should be able to answer the correct one. Okay, now see. When even I read this question, there was a small kind of a confusion in my mind, and that's the approach that I followed, to be honest. Okay, I kept on cancelling all the wrong ones. So let's try to be seeing each of the four options one by one. So first of all, for preference shares, dividends. Do preference shares get the dividends? Okay, I think so. They all get the dividends here. So therefore, of course, they all get the dividend that is available to them. In fact, they have a right over the equity shareholders to be getting the dividend first. That is why it is called as preference shares. They have a preference not only over their capital, but also over the dividend. Okay. Second one, we will see then, is it part of share capital? Now, if I ever asked you, tell me how much is the share capital of the company, you will take two types of shares over here. You will take equity shares, you will take preference shares. Okay. Your term, that is shareholders funds, includes preference, includes equity, includes reserves and surplus. So therefore, it is part of share capital of every company. Okay. So therefore, answer to that question is also yes. Then further, interest. Do preference shareholders get interest? Of course not. They all get preference dividend, right? So therefore, answer to this question is no. Left is the last thing, voting rights. Do preference shareholders have voting rights? Now, usually no, to be honest. Okay, usually no. But then in occasional cases whereby their rights will get altered, in case of winding up of the company, then in that case, voting rights can be available with the preference shareholders. Okay. Now, do note this particular thing. Okay. Because in the module, this thing is not given, although it is there in the MCQs. So, preference shareholders usually do not have voting rights. I say is 100% correct. But in some restrictive cases, it might be getting that particular right as such. Okay. So, I'll come back to the question. Okay. Which one of the statement is true? Dividends are not available. This statement is false because dividends are available. C, are not part of share capital. They are part of share capital. D, interest can be received. No, interest is not received. That dividend is received. Okay. B, limited voting rights are available. That's what I told you. I'll try to cross all the things. The last one could become your answer. I'm 100% sure A, C and D cannot be the answer. So therefore, ultimately B becomes the answer. But then I've explained you all also that some voting rights are available, especially in the circumstances whereby their rights are getting altered. Okay. So therefore, answer should be B over here. That should be the correct answer. That is the correct answer. That's it from my side. I'll see you all next time in another video. Till then, take care guys. Bye.